Future Growth and Vision Norman Network. Yesterday I did a video all about kind of artists and the fact that, you know what, we haven't done necessarily right by our creatives, or that we haven't said, hey, how do we, encourage them, get them to really, make money at what they do. And so I thought, you know what, it's not fair to just get on here and complain. It's not fair to just get on here and throw bombs and say, this is what I think people should do, or, you should fix this, without giving you some solutions to those problems. So let me give you some ways that you can help artists, either by making money or giving them that exposure that they need, that doesn't cost you a ton, but ultimately you love it and you can do it. So if you have friends that are creatives, these are people that are painters, artists, sculptors, filmmakers, in any thread art, any kind of art, or maybe they're farmers in that way. I think of farmers as artists. I think of a lot of people as artists. So if we're looking at that and we go, you know what is possible? Let's help them out. One of the ways you can do that is by liking what it is that they do. Whether you like it, you can share it. If you find a piece that you absolutely love, or it speaks to you, buy it. I think that's important. But don't buy bad art. I don't think that you should buy art that isn't that good. I don't think you should buy art that you don't like. So I really think you need to buy the things that are passionate and speak to you. That is very, very important. The second thing that you can do is go to their events. So if they are a musician, or they're a filmmaker, or they're somebody where they have events and they showcase their work, go. Go and show up to those live music venues. Go and do the things. Go into that gallery opening. Go to the Second Friday Art Walk and see those artists. And if you like one, or you like what they do, get to know them, meet them, build a relationship, and then help them out. When you need something, or you're looking at creating an artistic endeavor, call those artists back and say, hey, we need you to help us out. This is a great chance for us to collaborate together. And then you showcase them, they showcase you, and build these relationships, which is fantastic. I used to work in the wine industry, and so one of the things I see is their labeling. Well, some of the greatest labels are done by artists. Some local artists do the labels for the wines, and it gives you all kinds of neat things to do. So if you guys that are in the brewery industry, same thing with your can art. There's a whole exhibit right now at Firehouse Art Center that is about beer can art. It's super neat here in Norman, so you can go check that out. Go by some of the local breweries, and you're getting to see two artists, actually multiple. You've got the artist that make the cans, you got the artist that makes the beer, you got the artist that is packaging it and getting it ready for you, so it's fantastic. We have a lot of outdoor music coming up. Go to those venues, share those bands, like their music, watch their music, and continue to say, this is something I support, this is something that is meaningful to me. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that we have the Norman Music Festival coming up, which is roughly between around 300,000 people come to Norman over a 3-day period to watch over 300 bands that are on the roster. Then you have music that just pops up and amazing things that are happening. We have great headliners, amazing people coming in, and it happens to be a free festival that's fun. Why? Because it's something that we have made a priority in our city, that, you know what, we love artists, and guess what? Each of those bands gets paid. It's a big deal, and it's something they've done over the last several years, and they make sure that you get paid while you're performing, which is really, really neat. We have festivals. We have absolutely incredible film festivals all over the state of Oklahoma that you can go to. Go watch those movies. If your kid is doing creative things, watch it. If they're doing an art show at school, or they're doing an art show somewhere else, go to those art shows and showcase the love you have for their work and what they're doing. It is very, very important that we foster the arts. Why? Because the arts are a way to kind of reflect back to us, but the arts are also a chance for them to challenge our perceptions and what we think, and maybe expand our horizons and our thought processes. And it's fantastic. We have great art areas. I'm going to give you a couple of them just for you to check out in the state of Oklahoma. Of course, you look at all of the Blue Dome District in Tulsa. You look at Gilcrease. You've got all the amazing, the Philbrook Museum is fantastic if you haven't been there. In Oklahoma City, you got the Paseo Arts District. You've got, of course, Norman downtown and all of their art, the Walker Arts District. You've got galleries in other spaces. We've got amazing art that, guess what, is up on the wall. If you've not done a Southside Oklahoma City art journey, you should, and take pictures of the extended, beautiful graffiti down there. There is stuff down there that is absolutely phenomenal, and it's so much fun. My wife and I did that and had good food, and we just had a great time in South Oklahoma City. Check out all the districts in the city. Don't forget to go to Quartz Mountain State Park. They have OSAI, or Oklahoma Summer Arts Institute. That is for high school students. They bring in world-class artists from all over the country. They come and for 2 weeks they're residents at Quartz Mountain State Park. They study their craft, whether it is dance, music, art, filmmaking, and it is phenomenal. You have to try out and get in, and once you're in, you get to do that in June. It is a fantastic program, and I'm from Altus, so it's like 20 minutes from my hometown, and I love it. All the downtown squares and the small town squares, you will find whether they're murals to describe the history of Oklahoma, or it could be that they have statues that describe that, or just they're picturesque and beautiful. Check that out. We are a gorgeous state. And if you don't believe it, just drive a different direction. So let's say you want to go see the plains. We've got you. That's the southwest part of the state. Maybe you're looking at plateaus. You want to look at, plateaus and think of the western skies. Go to the northwest parts of the state. Or you're like, hey, I need mountains. Ozarks. We got you the Ozarks. That's in the northeast. Or you're like, I want forests and rivers. I was like, I got you. That's the southeast. In the central part of the state, we got a little bit of everything, depending on which way you go. Left an hour or right an hour, because it's right down the middle. But our state is stunning. Our parks are stunning, and tourism is incredible. So we have festivals for everything. We've got we got Kolache festivals, we've got rattlesnake derbies. Oh, by the way, in case you don't know, a rattlesnake derby is that you go out and you catch snakes, you measure them, and you determine who gets the longest snake, or maybe in some cases you may eat snake, mangum. I'm talking to you. So yeah, there's all these things that are coming up. We got Stigler's Strawberry Festival. We have all these amazing things, and there's always things going on. So check us out. But again, we have local artists that go to all those festivals. We have craft shows that come up. Go and find those artists and shop with them. Get your gifts there. Why? Because that's fantastic. We have co-ops. We have a co-op in Edmond. We have a Conscious Community Co-op. We have a co-op in the Farmers Market District, which is incredible. We have our farmers markets are starting up in March. Of course, there's a couple of places. I believe Edmond and I know Norman both have year-round co-ops. In Edmond, they move it into a building. In Norman, it stays on the site. It's at the well. So they do that year-round. So you can check your artists every Saturday, and it's going to get to be spring and summer coming up soon. So again, there's opportunities. If you are looking at investing and you're a business person, check out the arts. We have a film industry right now that is going like gangbusters in Oklahoma, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And what we're going to need is film people. We're going to need film. All the people that want to do film, if you are in the film industry, look at real estate. Come move to Oklahoma, because we're in a great space. I know California is an interesting place. It's got a lot. But it's also very expensive. Oklahoma, you can, for the same price of a house, you can own land in a big, beautiful house in Oklahoma. So come check us out. See what we've got going on. We would love to have you here. If you're a filmmaker, we have all the eco-regions you need. We have phenomenal sets. We have incredible spaces, and we're growing all the time. Not to mention the fact our incentives compete with anybody. They are incredible. The last incentive round we did, it was like the Compete with Canada Act, because we were looking at Vancouver and going, you know what, we can compete with them. And so we've been doing a good job with that. So if you're a filmmaker, Oklahoma is a great space for you to be here. If you are looking at, so there is so much that we have going on. And so it is a great, great chance for you to be a part of what we're doing here. And again, Norman, Oklahoma is a little interesting in that we do have an emphasis on the arts. We have an emphasis on music, and yet we are an athletic powerhouse. So you see kind of that dichotomy of athletics and art. But what we've learned is that some of the greatest players have a creative side. Some of the greatest businessmen and women have an absolute amazing creative side. Some of the greatest problem solvers in the world have a creative side. So to foster both the academics and also the creative side, this works to benefit everybody. So hopefully, again, come here, experience Norman, hang out with us, check out all of our public art because we make it a priority. Check out all of our murals, our Walker Arts District, and our incredible university that sits here. So you have all these things at once. If your kids come here, they're going to get to have academics, art, music, fun. I mean, it's like amazing to just be in this space at this time. In a little bit, I get to go to a coffee festival. I'm super stoked because, doesn't everybody love coffee? Seriously, if you do, give me a like. I mean, that's what, give me a thumbs up if you're a coffee drinker. And not only that, if you're not, let's say you're like, oh, I like adult beverages. Next weekend on Saturday, we have a wine festival in the same space. So we have, coffee one weekend, wine the next. I'm just saying. I'm like, that's the way it is. It's like we have stuff going on all the time. It is that season. We have a lot going on. Summertime, it's going to be incredible for everybody. So if you have ever looked at Oklahoma, thought about looking at Oklahoma, check us out. Check out what we've got going on. We welcome all artists, all creative people, and we are, of course, home to 39 federally recognized nations. We have an indigenous roots on our land, and we are very, very lucky to have our indigenous populations. We could not do what we do in our state without the support of our tribal nations and our tribal citizens and all that they do. It is phenomenal, and their history is our history, and our history is their history. So ultimately, we always are working together to illuminate that history and showcase it. And if you've not been to the First American Museums downtown in Oklahoma City, you need to see that world-class Smithsonian-like museum that is phenomenal. We also have Jacobson House here in Norman. We've got beautiful things that can talk to you about our indigenous history here in Oklahoma and our Wild West history. We have all of it. We were a unique state in that we were created by land run. So there was a gun that went off and we started just staking claims. Now the recognition is that there was already people here. So we were taking land that was not necessarily our own at the time. And so it's very unique. But if you know anything about Oklahoma history as well, there is rumor or a little bit of a disagreement that the seal was stolen from Guthrie, Oklahoma. Guthrie was the first territorial capital of Oklahoma, north of Oklahoma City, about 20 minutes. And yet it was brought to Oklahoma City, and Oklahoma City then became the capital. So, of course, drama and intrigue is history, and history is drama and intrigue, and I love it. I've always loved it. I like the political world for the very reason. I love the drama and history, and there's a lot of it. So there's a lot going on. My channel right now, I love this part of it. I love showcasing what we have going on in the arts, but I wanted to really showcase what you can do to help others that are in the arts, because I feel like that's important. I think it's very important, because I, again, criticized yesterday how we are able to handle the arts. I want to make sure and give you solutions to those criticisms, because I can't just criticize without solutions. So again, share your friends, like what they do, share their work, take pictures of it, tell people where to buy it, where to get it, because the more that we can sell and encourage our friends and build these businesses, the better everything else is. Makes our economy better, our culture better, who we are better, and all of that makes us better. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to D-Bull. I appreciate you. And all those that are out there commenting, I thank you for that. And those of you guys that are subscribing to my channel, it is fantastic. I love it. There's multiple channels on my YouTube channel. If you have gardening interests, I got you. If you just want comedy, something to laugh at, Boy Dad is hilarious. It's a chance for you to, laugh at people that have boys around them. And then I've got things on travel. I've got things on business and life. If you're a new business person, you want to do that. Each one is an individual channel underneath my network. So there's a lot that's happening. I have a coffee recommendations, which is about to get a whole lot more content. I'm just saying today. So we got that going on, and there's just a lot happening. If you want to move to Norman, I have a what you need to know when you move here. There's a video of different neighborhoods and places like that. So There's a lot on this channel for you. Just go do some exploring, check it out. A lot of it's short, so it's like 1-minute videos, so it won't take up a ton of your time. You can check them out quick and then check out the next thing. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Of course, welcome to Norman and welcome to the Norman art community and welcome to all artists around the state and around the world. Thank you for what you do to make our world more beautiful, and we appreciate you. And thank you from Future Growth and Vision Norman Network.